Hello everybody, this is Teresa. Today I'm going to be talking about the Covenant of Salt ceremony. This type of ceremony figures prominently in the tradition of marriage because mankind has long considered salt to be a pure substance. It's essential to life. It heals, it melts ice, it preserves, adds flavour and zest, all those wonderful things. The Covenant of Salt is an ancient covenant which has its roots in the Old Testament. During ancient times, agreements and promises were sealed by a covenant of salt. Each person would take a pinch of salt from their pouch and place it into the pouch of the other, and this agreement couldn't be broken unless an individual could retrieve their own grains of salt, which is why in your wedding ceremony you would use the same coloured salt. Since ancient times, there's always been a close connection between salt and promises. When men ate together, salt was always included and they became friends. You may have heard of old sayings like, "There is salt between us," or "He's eaten of my salt." These sayings are representing the cementing of a friendship. So there is a lot of history in the use of salt in ceremony. So what happens in the ceremony at a wedding is after making their vows, the bride and the groom each carry a pouch or vial of pure salt to a larger receptacle, and this will become your keepsake. They each pour their individual salt in together, symbolising the preservation of their promises to each other and their two lives being intertwined and inseparable, just as the salt is mixed together, so that no one can separate the bride's grains of salt from the groom's. There's so many different kits you can purchase. There's pouches stamped with his and hers, there's different vials, there's love heart vases, there's eggs representing the circle of life or new life. It's simply a matter of shopping around until you find something that you truly love. Children can of course participate in this type of ceremony. Simply give them their own pouch or container of salt, and this is a nice way of confirming that they are part of the commitment being made as well. You can include parents or other loved ones. Again, they simply just need their own vial to pour into the unity vial or vessel of your choice. If you have a deceased loved one who you would like to include or honour, you can have a vial of salt for them, and you or another person of choice can pour their salt in on their behalf. Now there is another option or variation of the ceremony where you have a vessel of salt and a bowl of water. The bride and the groom each have a turn of dipping their finger into the water, then the salt, and then placing their finger on their partner's tongue. Just before they partake of the salt from their partner, they might say something like, "I agree to do all I have promised for my husband or wife, so help me God," or any words of your choice. So whatever variation you choose, your celebrant will guide you through it, and they'll also say a few words to your guests about the meaning or symbolisation of the ceremony. You might like to have some nice background music throughout the ceremony, and at the end you'll have a nice unity vial of salt to keep as a memento of your very special day. Thank you for listening. I'm Teresa Davidson, your Gold Coast based marriage celebrant.